Hello, hello. Good evening. Uh, Good evening, Samanya. Good evening, Samanvita. Okay. Happy Saraswati Puja, Samanvita. Advance in advance. Yes. Everything. Happy Republic Day in advance too. Okay. Okay, let's wait for another 1 and 2 minutes. So then we will start. Okay. If you all have any doubt, you can type in the chat box. Okay. That's the clear thing, right? If you have any doubt, you can type in the chat box. And yes, today we are going to start with the new chapter called Fiber and Fabrics, which we already learned. But today we are going to see again a revision. Okay. Okay, then let's start. So, yes, this is Srishti Pandit, your EVS teacher. Today, we are going to start with the new chapter called Fiber and Fabrics. So, before we start, do you know what is fiber and what is fabrics? Yes, anybody? Can you tell me what is fiber and what is fabrics? Yes, Samanvita. Okay. Uh, okay. Samanyu, do you want to add something? I think no. Okay. So let's before starting. So let's start. So fiber and fabric, using that we are going to which we are using in our day to day life. In what way? A shirt, a dress, a t-shirt, a sweater, anything, everything is made up of your fiber and fabric. Okay. So today we are going to see that only. So moving forward, so let's see what is fiber and what is fabric. Okay. So today we are going to see the introduction, then what is fiber, what is fabric. There is types of fibers too. Then making fabric from yarn. What is yarn? Then cotton, from cotton we get from the plant, right? And from that cotton, how the fabric is made, we are going to see that also. Then uses of different fabrics, then care of clothes, how we can take care of our clothes. Then at the last, we are going to see lots of worksheets and MCQs, right? So yeah, let's move forward. So what is clothes? The clothes we wear every day are made up of fabrics, and fabrics are something which is made from fibers. Okay, both are interconnected. So the clothes we are using or wearing, that is made up from fabrics, and fabrics are made from fibers. Okay, let's see now what is fibers, what is fabrics, all things, right, in a very detailed way. Okay. So yes, what is fiber? So fiber, so before understanding what is fiber, you have to look your clothes closely. Okay, what you able to see that the clothes are made up of very tiny thin threads. Okay, just notice your cloth whatever you are wearing and see the clothes are made up of tiny little threads. Okay, that is this tiny hair like threads, that is something of fibers. Okay, so understand what is fiber. Do you understand what is fiber? A fiber is a thin hair like strand used to make yarn. Before yarn, I will going to teach you yarn, what is yarn, but for understanding what is fiber, just look at your cloth closely. What you able to see, there is something a tiny thread like things present in tiny thread like structure you can say, or a tiny thread is present, that is something a fiber is. Okay, so fibers are used to make yarn. Okay, and yarn is used to make fabric. Okay, now understand, let's understand what is yarn. Okay, so yarn is something, okay, I am telling you what is yarn. So yarn is something, did you ever saw that uh, wool which is roll like like that, wait, like this. So this is like wool and here all the threads are rolled, or even a dhaga, you know dhaga, it looks like this, and it here the dhaga is roll. So you can say that this is something a yarn, where you store in a certain way the yarn in a certain way, where you store the thread in a certain way, right? That is something a yarn. So let's move forward. We will see further what is yarn in a very detailed way, but before that, let's see what are the types of fibers. So there are two types. Okay, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. I hope you already know what is natural fiber and what is synthetic fiber. Anybody, you can unmute and tell me. Yes, yes, someone. Okay, an example of synthetic fiber, do you know? Yes, correct. Someone with that? Yes. Polys- Polyester. Yes. Okay, correct. Both of you correct. So let's see what is natural fiber. So natural fibers, the fibers which comes from plants and animals, which is naturally present. Okay, the fibers which are come from plants and animals. So let's see the first plant fibers. The fibers we get from the plant first is the cotton. Okay, cotton we obtain from the cotton plants, and cotton fibers grows around the seed of the cotton plant. Okay, it is soft, light, and absorb sweat. Okay, cotton clothes we usually wear it at a summer season, right? So here cotton we obtain from the plants, and in the cotton plant the cotton fiber is present around the seed. So this like this is a seed, and the cotton is present around that. Okay, so that is something a cotton. Then there is jute. The second fiber which we get from the plant is jute, obtained from jute plants, and jute fiber is rough and strong. It is used to make ropes, bags, and mats. Okay, so jute is obtained from jute plants, and jute fiber, it is very rough. Okay, cotton is very soft and light and it absorbs sweat, but jute is rough and strong, and it is rough and strong. That's why we can make ropes, bags, and mats from that jute. Okay, then secondly, there is animal fibers, means the fibers which we get from the animals. Okay, so the first is wool. Wool we obtain from the sheep, goat, yak, and camel. Okay, wool keeps us warm in winter. Wool, from wool we can make sweater, and sweater we wear during winter season, right? Then secondly, there is silk, which is obtained from silkworms, and silk is shiny and smooth. Okay, and silk fiber is used to make a sari, very different thing, right? So that is something, a example of fibers which we get from the animal, wool and silk, and the fibers which we get from the plant is cotton and jute. I hope you understood what is natural fibers. Natural fibers is something which is come from plants and animals, which is naturally available. Okay, then uh, next type is synthetic fibers. Okay, these fibers are made by humans using chemicals. Okay, examples are nylon, polyester, acrylic. Okay, they are strong and easy to maintain. Uh, these are some examples of synthetic fibers. And synthetic fibers is the fibers which are made by humans using chemicals. Okay, so yes, I hope everyone understood what is fiber, and yes, Samanvita Rayan. So I hope you all understood what is fibers and what are the types of fibers. Okay, Samanyu. Okay, Samanyu understood. Okay, okay. Then moving forward. So now let's move to the second part, which is called a fabric. Okay, so what is fabric? Fabric is made by weaving or knitting. Okay, not knotting, you can say, yarns together. Okay, so what is the journey to create or make a clothes is like, take a fiber, make it into a yarn. I already told you what is yarn. When you store it in certain way, the thread like thing, you store it in a certain way, that is a yarn. Then after yarn, fabric is made, and from that fabric, after fabric the clothes are made. Okay, so fabric is made by weaving or knotting yarns together. So let's see what is weaving and what is knotting. Okay, so weaving, you can see in this picture. Okay, this is something, a weaving process. Okay, two sets of yarns are woolen together, you can see in this picture. Okay, and it is used to make cotton, silk, woolen clothes. Okay, and done using a loom, hand loom. You can see this is a loom. Okay, this is how weaving is done. And second, knotting means yarn is made into fabric using loops. Here you can say the loops in the sweater, used to make sweaters, socks, caps, and can be done using knotting needles or machines. You can see here needle is used and knotting that. So this is how fabric are made from yarn. Okay. So I hope now you understood what is weaving and what is knotting. Good evening, Piyush. You are late today. Okay. So till Piyush, till now we learn what is fiber, what are the types of fibers, and what is fabric, and how we can make fabric from yarn. So we learned yarn too. Okay, let me tell you in a summary. Okay, so we learn Firstly, what is fiber? A fiber is a thin hair like structure or a thread like structure which is uh, which is helpful to make a clothes. Okay, so you have, for this you can take a closely look to your clothes. You can see that there is thread like things present, whatever you are wearing, t-shirt or shirt, you can see that there is thread like things are present. So that is something a fiber. And from fiber, yarn is made. Yarn is something, a certain way to store the fiber, like you can say dhaga, or what yeah, dhaga or wool. So it will the yarn will store like that in a certain way, right? The fabric, sorry, not a fabric but a fiber can store like this. That is something a yarn. Okay, then we learn types of fibers. There is natural fibers, there is synthetic fibers. Natural fibers, which comes from the plants and animals. Then plant fibers example are cotton and jute. Cotton obtained from cotton plants, whereas jute obtained from jute plants. Okay, cotton is soft, light and absorb sweat, whereas jute is very rough and strong. That's why it is helpful to make a ropes, bags, mats. Okay, then secondly, the animal fibers means the fibers uh, which we get from animals. Example, wool. Wool we obtain from sheep, goat, yak and camel. Okay, and wool keeps us warm in winter. Then, secondly, there is silk, which is obtained from silkworms. Silk is shiny and smooth. Okay, this is something a natural fibers. The fibers which come from plants and animals, which is naturally available in our environment. Okay, then we saw what is synthetic fibers. So synthetic fibers are made by humans using chemicals. Okay, examples are nylon, polyester, acrylic. Okay, these are the synthetic fibers. Then we learn what is fabric. Okay, fabric is made by weaving or knotting yarns together. Let's see what is weaving and knotting yarns together in the further slide. But how the clothes is made, the journey is from fiber. So fiber is a thread like thing. It make as a yarn. I already told you, a certain structure to store a thread. So that is something a yarn. Then from yarn fabric is made, and from fabric clothes is made. So from yarn to fabric, how it makes by using two methods, weaving and knotting. So let's see what is weaving and knotting. So weaving you can see in this picture. Okay, two sets of yarn are woolen together. Here two sets of yarn, you can see here blue and white, and that woolen together and using the hand loom. This is the hand loom, a certain machine. Okay, that is something of weaving. And the knotting is, you can see, using needles. You can see here it is a loop like, a yarn is made into fabric using loop like structure. Okay, this is something used to make a sweater, socks, caps. Okay, so knotting. Now I hope you understood, Piyush. If you have any doubt till now, you can ask. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I can see Samanyu and Samanvita already understood what is weaving and what is knotting. Yeah, yeah, Samanvita. Yeah. Okay, okay. So this is something of weaving and a knotting. Uh, let's move forward. So now let's see what is yarn. So I already told you, when fibers are twisted together, they form a yarn. You can see here in this picture. You can see the fibers. This is all our threads. Okay, so this is something a yarn. When you twist it together and store it in, when you store it this, when you store the thread into certain way, that is something a yarn. Okay, so now let's see how the cotton clothes are made. Okay, from plants to fabric. Okay, the whole process. So the first step is, cotton is grown in fields. right? Fields and cotton balls are picked. Okay, the cotton plant is grown in certain field. Then uh, at one time all the cotton balls are fallen down in that field. Then what you have to do, you have to go, you have to pick that balls, cotton balls. Then after that, fibers are separated from the seeds. So cotton looks like this. So this is a cotton balls, and inside there is seed. Okay, there is not one seed, there is lots of seeds. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to remove the seeds and separate the fibers and the seeds. Okay, then fibers are spin into yarn, then that fibers make it into a yarn, and yarn is yarn is woven into fabric. Okay, after that yarn is woven into fabric, and using that fabric you can make any type of cloth, whatever you want. You want t-shirt, you want whatever you want. Okay, so that is something you can do. You can create a cloth using the cotton by scratch. Okay, or this is the steps. So here I wrote the uses of different fabrics. So cotton is basically used to make a shirt, bed sheets. Okay, and cotton we wear in summer season because it keeps us cool, right? Then there is wool, which we wear in winter seasons like sweaters, blankets, which make us feel warm. Then there is silk, which from which we can make saris, dresses. And from jute we can make bags, ropes. Okay, because jute is strong and rough. So this is some different uses of fabrics. And at the last, how we can take care of our clothes. So wash clothes properly, dry them in sunlight, iron clothes to remove wrinkles, and keep clothes clean and folded. This is how you have to keep your clothes. Yes, right? Wash clothes properly, then dry them in sunlight, and iron clothes to remove wrinkles. Wrinkles means if there is some, you already know what is wrinkles. Okay, so iron clothes to remove wrinkles, and at the last keep clothes clean and folded. Okay, this is how you can take care of your clothes. Do you have any doubt? Yes. Okay, I can see Piyush. No doubts. What about others? Okay, 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 okay. All clear. Someone with a no doubt. What about someone new? Okay, okay. Okay, so this is something we are done with the fiber and the fabrics chapter. We are going to look now worksheet. Okay, Samanvita. Before starting with the worksheet, I want to ask some questions. So can you please tell me uh, what do we get from fibers? You can type in the chat box. Yeah, wait, but I want you to answer me. So just answer quickly uh, in the chat box. So, what do we get from fibers? Are you sure? Clothes or what? I already told you the journey: fiber, yarn, then fabric, then clothes. So, if I ask you, yes, fabric is the correct answer. Yarn and fabric both is the correct answer. So if yarn is something of way. Okay, so from fiber we get fabric. Yarn is also correct, Piyush. But yarn is certain way to store the thread like cheese, which is a fiber. Yeah. Now I want tell me what fiber keeps us warm. What fiber keeps us warm? Cotton? What fabric? Yes, woolen. Woolen is the correct answer. Piyush, cotton makes us feel cool. Cotton we wear during summer season, right? Woolen is the correct answer. Okay, Piyush, understood? The answer is not cotton. The answer is woolen. Now, my next question is, cotton comes from what? Plant or animal? Cotton comes from what? Plant or animal? Sorry. Okay, okay. Correct. Very good. Uh, so, so today we learn what is fiber, what is yarn, what is fabric, what is natural and synthetic fibers. Then we learn weaving and knotting. What are they? And we learn from fiber to fabric. Our clothes are made like that. Okay. Yes, Piyush. Yes. What? Yeah, I told you. I did you understood what I asked? I asked that. I asked that. What? Wait. I asked that what fiber keeps us warm. Okay, okay. I asked what fiber keeps us warm. So woolen is the fiber which keeps us warm. Cotton keeps us cool. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Wait. At the last, we are going to do poll. Before that, let's do some filling the blanks, true or false, like type questions. At the last, we are going to see the polls. Okay. So yeah, your first question is, fabric is made from. Yes, correct. Cotton is a dash fiber. Plant fiber, Piyush. Yeah, you can say plant fiber. Yes, yes. Both is the correct answer. Natural fiber and plant fiber is also a correct answer. Next question. Wool keeps us dash in winter. Yes, yes, Piyush, it's fine. Natural and plant both are the correct answer. Your next question. The process of making yarn from fibers is called. Okay, I didn't told you this question. The process of making yarn from fibers is called spinning. Okay, because it we can spin that in a certain structure. Okay, so for this answer I didn't teach you this, but now I am teaching you that there is a process, spinning process, which make yarn from the fiber. Okay, for this question your answer will be spinning. Yes, yes. So sorry for that. Hello, my name is Srishti. Yes. Okay. Your next question is, now we are on the fifth question. So your next question is, jute is obtained from dash. Yes, plant is the correct answer. Now you have to tell me true and false. So before that, this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and this is fifth. Okay. So your first question, silk is a plant fiber. Silk is a plant fiber, Samanvita. Silk, tell me, Samanvita, silk, from what we get silk? Yes? Yes, false. Silk we get from silkworm, which is an animal fiber. Second, wool is obtained from animals. Okay. Third, weaving and knotting are ways to make fabric. Fourth, cotton clothes keeps us cool in summer. Fifth, synthetic fibers come from plants. Okay, correct. Correct. So this is false. This is true. This is, yeah, wool is obtained from. This is true. And this is true. This is false. Okay. Moving forward, uh, I think the answer is already written here. let's let's see. Cotton is a plant fiber. Okay. Wool is the animal fiber. Silk we get from silkworm, and jute, from jute we can make rope. Okay. I by mistakenly written all the answers in all the answers correct. So sorry for that. So moving forward, now can you tell me what is fiber? Yes, Abhanyu.
Mm.
Yes, correct. Yes, Samanvita. Okay. Yes. Fiber is, yeah, correct. Yes, yes, correct, correct. Piyush, do you want to add something? A fiber, so I am giving you answer. The fiber is a thin hair like strand to make a yarn. Okay. Now you can answer second one. Name one plant fiber. Okay. Okay, Piyush. Name one plant fiber. Yes, cotton. Uh, Wool, Samanvita, here you have to answer name one uh, plant fiber, not animal fiber. Cotton, jute. Now you can answer. Name one animal fiber. Wool, silk, correct. Now you can answer what is yarn. Just give me a second. Yes, Samanvita. Okay, okay. What is yarn? Yes, Piyush. Yes, you can say, or you can say twisted. Okay. Twisted. Yes. Twisted fiber. Yes. Okay. Yes, you're correct. You're not. It's not like you're correct, but you can add that twisted part. Yes, Samanvita. What is yarn? Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct. So, when so what is yarn? When fibers are twisted together, they form a yarn. Okay. Okay, then moving forward. Now we are moving forward uh, to the MCQ, or you can say poll. I will show you the question in the slides, and you have to answer it in a poll. Okay. So yes. So starting that. Wait, showing your question. Uh, wait. Yes, yes. Okay. Your first question is clothes are made from yarn, fiber, fabric, cottons. You can answer it in a poll. Clothes are made from, somebody answered fiber. I already told you, from fiber yarn is made, and from yarn then fabric, from fabric clothes are made. So answer will be C. Okay. Okay. Just remember the journey, right? From fiber to yarn, yarn to fabric, fabric to clothes. Okay. So this from this journey you have to answer next question. Your next question is fabric is made from seeds, fibers, yarn, or clothes. You have to answer it just like the journey. Fibers, yarn, then fabric, then clothes. Okay. Okay. Everyone, somebody answered plants. Don't know how. But the answer is yarn. Okay, I already told you, you have to follow that journey for this question. Okay, so for this it is fabric, for this is yarn. Okay, and next question is, your next question is, cotton fiber is obtained from. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, yes, everyone correct. Cotton plant. Okay, your next question is, wool is obtained from plants, animals, chemicals, soil. Plants, yes. Animals, yes, correct. Animals is the correct answer. Okay, your next question is, which of the following is an animal fiber? Okay, A cotton, B jute, C wool, D nylon. Yes, everyone correct. Your next question is, yes, your next question is, fabric can be made by cutting, weaving and knotting, washing or drying. Yes, correct. Everyone correct. Your next question is, oh wait, yeah, this is done. So your next question is, sweaters are usually made by weaving, spinning, knotting, sieving. This is very quick. Okay. So the answer is knotting. Somebody answered weaving. No, weaving, from weaving you can't make sweaters. Okay. Yeah, the time limit is very less. Yes, Piyush? Yes, yes, the time limit is too less. Sorry. So you can type your answer in the chat box for this question. Sweaters are usually made by weaving, spinning, knotting, or sewing. Yes. What about Seven Vita? C is the correct answer. Knotting is the correct answer. Yes. Yes, Piyush? Yes. What? So, if you have sweater in your house, just see what you notice that sweater there is some pattern like this, which is in a loop. Okay, which is in a loop means this pattern follows your whole sweater, like everywhere. This type of pattern. Okay, that's you can say it's this pattern can make only. You can't make it using weaving because when you make any cloth using weaving, it looks like this: a straight thread, or a like this thread. Understood? Just notice in your house. Just notice in your house. Check the sweater. Look it very closely and check your t-shirt or anything very closely. Okay, t-shirt or shirt very closely. You can understand the difference. Okay. Okay, Piyush. Okay, 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 okay. Giving you next question. Next, yeah, next question is which fabric keeps us warm in winter? Cotton, silk, wool, jute. Yes, somebody didn't answer. Okay. Moving forward to the next question. For this question, I am giving you 30 seconds. So your question is arrange the correct order. You have to arrange it in a correct order. Whoever answered from fiber to yarn to fabric is the correct answer. C. Yes, Fush. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I mistakenly clicked B1, but the correct answer is fiber, yarn, and fabric. For this, I will give you a point. Okay. I saw at the end that this is I mistakenly. Okay. So for this it is wool. For this it is fiber, yarn, and fabric. Okay. And now moving to the next question. Moving to the next question. Wait. Which fabric absorbs sweats and keeps us cool? Wool, cotton, nylon, acrylic. Again, I marked wrong answer. You all are correct, but I marked wrong one. I think because of my internet, I have some glitch. Okay, yes, cotton is the correct answer. Okay, cotton is the correct answer. You both are correct. I am wrong. Your next question is which pair is correctly matched? Okay. Cotton, animal fiber, wool, plant fiber, jute, plant fiber, silk, synthetic fiber. Yes, yes. C is the correct answer. Your next question is jute is mostly used to make sweaters, saris, ropes, and bags, caps. Yes, C is the correct answer. Your next question is which of the following is not a natural fiber? Okay. A cotton, B wool, C silk, D polyester. Yes, both you both answered correct. Your next question is silk is obtained from. A sheep, B cotton plant, C silkworm, D goat. Yes, C is the correct answer. Will silkworm is the correct answer. Your next question is knotting is done using loom, spinning wheel, needles, or scissors. Okay, think and answer. Knotting is done using loom, spinning wheel, both. I'm giving you hint that loom is not a correct answer. Yes, whoever answered loom is not a correct answer. Loom is used for weaving. I already told you. And from needles, you can knot. Okay, knotting. So this is something a leaderboard, but Piyush is on the leaderboard. But I, from my mistake, there is two questions which I marked wrong for. So I think both of you answered correct all mostly all of the question. Yes, Piyush. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, then if you all have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we will end this class today. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we will end this class today. Okay. Yes, Piyush. Bye. Night. Good night, Piyush. Good night. Bye bye, Samanvita. Good night. Take care.